Hello students, welcome to today's virtual class. In connection with the human rights movement, we will continue our class today and learn about the political implications of human rights movement. Let us look into what we learned in our previous class so that we understand this topic even better. A citizen enjoys certain rights or privileges. That is why we say right is a privilege enjoyed by the citizens which has the backing of law. Hobhouse says rights are what we expect from others and others from us, and all genuine rights are conditions of social welfare. Right is a social recognition of a claim made by an individual to exercise his power and ability. Now, we also learned man is a social animal and lives in society because he wants to develop his personality. Aristotle tells us life is not mere living but living well. He says you should be conscious of your well being as well as of the others and develop your power of action to realize it, which also means to say that he must be conscious of the good of others and help in creating those favorable conditions. Which means a man without rights is like a slave. So it is the duty of the state to provide such conditions where a man is no longer a slave but enjoys human rights. Now, what is human rights? Human rights are those rights which are inherent to the human beings, is entitled to enjoy without the distinction of race, color, religion, gender, language, birthplace, social, economic, political, and other status. These rights are related to life, liberty, equality, and dignity of the individual, which is guaranteed under the Constitution. The government has taken certain measures and they are as follows. Now let us see what are our human rights. Rights of the consumers, rights of the older persons or the elder persons, rights of the disabled persons, rights of the minorities, rights of children, right to education, rights of women, right to information. So these are all our basic human rights which we all enjoy. The government has taken certain measures for us, and it has created certain organizations or commissions at the national level as well as at the state level. The National Human Rights Commission at the national level, the State Human Rights Commission at the state level. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. The commission came into existence on 8th January 1994, consisting of a chairman who is a retired or a sitting Chief Justice of India, along with the members. Robert Ingersoll gives us a small definition. He says, human rights gives to every human being every right that you claim for yourself. Human beings possess certain basic and inalienable rights, which are commonly known as human rights. They are inherent in all individuals, irrespective of caste, religion, sex, nationality. People are aware about their rights, but the question is, how are these rights protected? The NHRC, the National Human Rights Commission, creates awareness through education, training, research, and conducts impartial investigation into the alleged violations. It also secures effective redress by negotiation with the government concerned or may assist the victim by providing relief through the court of law. The NHRC is also known as the watchdog of the human rights in the country. NHRC is a multi-member body consisting of one chairman and 7 other members. NHRC investigates the grievances. The National Human Rights Commission investigates the grievances regarding violation of human rights, either suo motu or after receiving a petition. The National Human Rights Commission has the power to interfere in any judicial proceedings involving any allegations or violation of human rights. It also has the power to visit any jail or any other institutions under the control of the state government to see the living conditions of the inmates and make recommendations thereon. The National Human Rights Commission has to prepare a list of the human rights and get the approval by the government whenever violation is done. Next, systematic inquiries are to be conducted by the NHRC and transparency should be maintained with the help of the judiciary. The Commission has to enact new laws whenever the existing laws do not cater to the needs of the inquiry. While doing so, it has to respect the prevailing international laws, contracts, and resolutions. Next, we learn about the State Human Rights Commission. According to the Human Rights Act of India, each state is authorized to establish a State Human Rights Commission. It consists of a chairman who is a retired or a sitting Supreme Court judge or Chief Justice of High Court along with the members. As per the directions of the Act, the Commission was set up in Karnataka in 2005 in the same model to that of the national level. The logo is what you get to see in this screen. Child rights. Violation of human rights, particularly on child rights, are seen everywhere. The Deputy Commissioner is authorized to look into the details of exploitation on children. Measures are to be taken to register the complaints through the child helpline in matters relating to child labor, child abuse, encouraging begging, and others. There is this National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, that is NCPCR. It is a statutory body established by an Act of Parliament for Protection of Child Rights, that is CPCR, Act 2005. This provides speedy trial of offences against children or violation of child rights. The child helpline number, as you can see on the screen, is 1098 for the whole country. This child rights protects the child from different problems of violation. It may be child labor because children are employed in the homes, in the cracker factories, in the hotels, in the restaurants. Child abuse, it may be molestation, etc. Encouraging begging, that is, children are taken for begging in the name of the child. Elders beg and take care of their families. So this is all misuse. So for all such problems, you can go to the child helpline. A few rights of the children are family care or parental care, which is very, very necessary. Basic nutrition, shelter, and basic healthcare services has to be provided for every child. Every child should be protected from maltreatment, neglect, abuse, or degradation. Every child enjoys right to life. The United Nations Convention on Rights of the Child defines a child as an individual who has not attained the age of 18 years. Creating awareness, speedy disposal of the grievances registered in the Commission at the different levels prove that people are definitely aware of the movements and its achievements. Here, we also need to learn that creating awareness among the children and the parents is more important, because speedy disposal of grievances which are registered in the commission at the different levels prove that people are definitely aware of the movements and its achievements. So once the children and the parents know or are aware of the problems, then it is easier for the social movements for the speedy disposal of the problems which are registered. Human rights movement have gone a long way in providing peaceful and happy life by creating awareness and remedies for the grievances. Human rights movements has been taking place all over the world. This is not a problem only of one country, but it has been there everywhere in different countries, as you can see in the picture on the screen. Human rights movement have gone a long way in providing peaceful and a happy life by creating awareness and remedies for the grievances. Okay. Now these are the political implications, which also tells us that the government has ensured that there is a National Human Rights Commission, there is a State Human Rights Commission, and to protect the child, to protect the children, a Human Rights Commission for them also is available. Okay. Now, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights has declared 10th December as the Human Rights Day. Now, we shall look into a few question and answers. Expand UDHR. The answer is on your screen. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This is all from your examination point of view. These questions may be asked for 1 mark. Expand NHRC. The answer is National Human Rights Commission. Next question is, when was the Human Rights Commission established in Karnataka? The Human Rights Commission was established in Karnataka in 2005. Next question, when was the National Human Rights Commission established at the national level? This is the National Human Rights Commission was established on 8th January 1994. Now coming to the next question. Name the head who protects the human rights in the district. The Deputy Commissioner protects the human rights in the district. So it is the DC who protects the human rights in the district. Next question is for 2 marks. The next question is, what is the meaning of human rights? You can just write it in one sentence. Human rights are those rights which are inherent to human beings, which they are entitled to enjoy without distinguishing between race, color, religion, gender, birthplace, social, economic, political, and other differences. You can learn the 1 mark as well as the 2 mark question answers, and this you need, and the 5 mark and the 10 mark questions. Now for the 5 marks questions, you may be asked to write, explain the causes for the human rights movement. That will be for 5 marks. Supposing they ask you a question for 10 marks, you need to write if the question is explain human rights, then you need to write about what is the meaning of human rights, then why are human rights violated, and then its political implications. All this, when you write together, it is a 10 marks answer. Thank you, students.